Question 3. Thule invests 5,000 Rand for 3 years at 8% per annum simple interest. 3.1.1 then asks what is the interest earned over the 3 years. So once again, I'm going to use the simple interest formula, which is P times R times N divided by 100. And that would then be 5,000 multiplied by our interest rate here is 8% per annum, so let's write 8, and multiplied by 3 years divided by 100. And if I use my calculator, I've got 5,000 times 8 times 3 and divided by 100. That then gives us 1,200 as our simple interest. Okay, we could of course have done it the other way. We could have said, okay, if I take 5,000 Rand and I multiply it by 8 over 100, which is my interest rate for 1 year, I would get 5,000 multiplied by, that's 0.08, and that would be 400 Rand. And this would be my interest for 1 year. 400 Rand is interest for 1 year, but they want interest for 3 years. So I'll then take my 400 Rand and multiply it by 3 years. And I will of course get 1,200 Rand as my total interest. 3.1.2, what is the total value of Thule's investment after 3 years? Now this can also be done in two ways. We can use the formula that allows us to calculate the final value after an investment or a loan was made. So for investment, you'll calculate the final value that you'll get out of investment after a certain amount of years. And for a loan, you'll calculate the final amount that you owe the bank, for example, after a certain amount of years. So that formula is of course given by A is equal to P 1 plus R times N over 100. Okay, so here my A of course represents my final amount. So that is the final amount. And my P represents my principal amount. It's principal amount. Okay, in other words, the amount at the beginning. And of course, my R and N here stays the interest rate and number of years. So let's just quickly use this. So of course, we don't know what is the final amount. That's what we're going to calculate. Our principal amount was 5,000 Rand. And then we have 1 plus the R, the interest rate was 8% multiplied by 3 years divided by 100. Okay, so if I do all of this stuff on the calculator, I always say that we work backwards. If I punch this into a calculator, I will say 8 times 3, which is in that fraction there, divided by 100 equals that, plus the 1 equals that, and then times my 5,000. So there I have then my final amount of 6,200. So that's the one way you could do it. The other way is we could say, well, if I invested a total of 5,000 Rand at the beginning and my interest for the 3 years was 1,200 Rand, my final amount would simply be the interest plus the amount that I invested. So I can say my final amount is equal to my investment of 5,000 Rand. That's the money that I put in. and I can add all the interest that I earned for the 3 years, which I calculated before, which was 1,200, and that of course is a total of 6,200. Same answer.